Better right then.
Okay. I mean, I could show you. So what I'm doing tonight is I have a color camera, so I'm actually not imaging tonight. At Focus 3 is out with SkyX, so Commander just incorporated at Focus 3 into, and so I was just testing that. Um, I'll share my screen and I'll show you guys what I'm doing.
Awesome.
Let me know if it's working.
I see your screen.
So here's my CCD Commander computer. So everything is set up right now. I just did a small test. Wait for the sun. Turn on the cooler. Home the mount. Wait for the sun again to a higher altitude. Open my flip flat. 5 60-second exposures of M45. Do that 50 times, but of course we're not going to do that. We might let one finish and then skip when the sun rises to nautical twilight, close the flip flat, the cooler, and park the mount. So I just hit up. Wait a minute. I might have to restart this. Wait. I might have to restart the CCD Commander. So it automatically launches all the software. Basically, load your actions and hit play. And it's going to, it just connected the camera mount. Now it's actually homing the mount. You can see here. That'll take a second. I'm actually blind right now. I don't even have a camera to. I'm doing this completely blind. But let's. Finding home. That'll take like 30 seconds. Home. Now it's opening the flip flat. Now it's moving to M45. Once it moves there, it's going to take a, it's going to do a plate solve, which is basically take a picture, make sure you're there. Over. Is that taking a 4-second image? Solving.
That's really cool.
Here's the plate solved image. Move it over so we can. Oh, I can't. Here's the plate solved picture. Up to offset. And now next thing is gonna do a focus run. And this is my first time. So you guys are watching this live. I have no idea what it's gonna do. This is a whole completely brand new focusing routine from Software Bisque. Let's see what it does. Took a picture. So it does this multiple star thing. There you go. Now, this is not going to give us any information, but this might.
Toga, how long does it take to set all that up?
The setup takes a little bit because you kind of have to tell it what to do one at a time, almost like I can't show you right now because it's running. I did a whole show about how to set this up in one of the past episodes.
Okay.
But it's because it's kind of like a robot. Okay, it's done, I think. Oh, focus failed, it said. So this was live, so let's stop it. Oh, it keeps trying. It's gonna try again. Oh, so back to this at focus 3 thing. It does multiple star focusing, so I'm pretty excited about it, but really don't know how it's going to work with this CCD the automation.
It looks really, really cool.
Cool things about it is that you kind of don't have to be. It seeks focus. It tries to find the bottom of the V curve, and if you can't find it, it'll go to the smallest number, and it'll start a new focus run from that number. So it's
really intuitive.
It shouldn't really fail, but I don't know.
Is CCD Commander a separate software package?
Oh, there you go. And it started the first exposure. First run, it couldn't find perfect focus, but it moved the focuser. It started a new focus run position and started the next exposure.
Got it.
I'm only doing a 60-second exposure. We'll just do one and then shut it down. So, Sean, go ahead. You had a question?
Yeah, is CCD Commander, is that a separate type software that could sit on any kind of platform, or is it just specifically for this one?
So CCD Commander is not like SGP in a sense that it doesn't do anything by itself. Maxim or SkyX, it will run other imaging software.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. Cool, right on.
Right. Like, it's not like SGP.
Gotcha.
This was the first. It's downloading. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, there you go. So this is a really wide. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. I don't guide with the system, so it's all unguided. That's why there was no guiding. So it just did an unguided dither. It just moved the telescope a little bit, and it started the next exposure. But I'm not going to continue. Here's the dither. Complete. Moving. It just moves the mount a little bit. Small delay, and then starts the next exposure. But I'm going to stop this. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to run at focus 3. Here's the new button that showed up with the new version of SkyX now, if you download the new version. And you basically click on it, and this new control center shows up. One of the first things you're supposed to do is you're supposed to categorize your autofocuser, but I've already done that. So I'm just going to take a sample picture, which is a 2-second exposure. things might go wrong here because this is brand new.
And we're live.
And we're live.
We're actually counting on it, Tolga.
So I'm going to try to make this as automated as possible. So I'm going to click on auto set focus subframe. Okay. On autofocus now. And you'll see how it finds focus. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Is that a moonlight focuser or a nightcrawler or something you got on there or what?
No, this is one of my belt. This is the VSD with the little belt focuser.
I got you.
So it's a RoboFocus controller on it.
Okay.
So that's interesting. I see it actually determining the proper exposure based on the saturation of the pixels.
Right. Yep. It sets the exposure time too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Can you guys see what's going on the bottom right clearly?
Yep.
Okay.
Tolga, why don't you explain what that green box is doing?
Okay, so 3 samples. So it moves the focuser, takes 3 pictures, moves it to take 3 pictures. These dots are the same focus position. So it took 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, figured out that this green line is the best focuser position. It moved it over there and took a final picture. The best 1.9 FWHM. It was at 872. 18,872 was the best position.
So it's not.
So it
doing
takes an
curves, it's just simply doing a focus run based on the image, the sample image.
It's not a normal focus run like the way we're used to. Richard Wright developed this. I don't know what he did in the background. It uses brightness, FWHM, and it'll just search. It'll search forever until it finds focus.
But when it shoots the 3 images, it takes the average of the 3 and makes a measurement from that.
Right, exactly. But that 3, pick how many.
Right.
You can do 1 on each position.
Yeah, I got you. That's
1.
And is it suggested to use 3 positions or?
No, here I'll show you over here. Samples 3. You could
Right.
set it to anything you want. You know,
Well,
like from use 1.
Is that the number of images that it takes, or is that the number of positions of the focuser?
No, on this type of thing, the positions you can't adjust. It keeps doing it until it finds it.
Okay.
You only get to pick your search span each try, and then the number of samples.
So it takes the 3 samples based on seeing conditions and picks out the one it likes the best and then moves on to the next one.
I tell it to do 3.
Yeah, that would work for me.
Yeah, like
That's
I could do 1, but in this case I did 3, just in case you don't want to rely on 1.
Right, you get better seeing. Who knows?
So anyhow,
So do you start with generally in focus or near the focus position?
Right, that's my point. No, it doesn't have to be. I mean, you have to have a light source. Necessarily start at focus. If it finds that if it cannot find when it does a focus, it tries to find a V. It needs to find the minimum number and it needs to see the number is going up. If it doesn't see the number go up, it will keep moving the focuser until it sees it going back up. So you could be way off focus and it'll find focus.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. But then again, this is
no B curves, right? So it doesn't look at the behavior of your focuser by constructing a curve from which it will use later for focus.
correct, right.
Yeah, it looks like it just goes and shoots, however many samples, decides what it needs to go, and goes to the next one and keeps doing it till it finds its focus. That's pretty cool.
Right, but then again, I mean, this is very new technology. Things could have went wrong here, so we just got locked out a little bit. I just tried it for the first time in front of you guys.
Cool.
Part of it.
Thank you, Toyo. I do. There was a question.